Leslie.
Good morning. I'm happy to be back. I feel like it's been weeks since we've gotten to do this together.
I know, right? Life gets in the way of business sometimes, right?
Yes.
So holidays. So I'm excited. This is the Profitable Interior Designer Live that we try to do once a week to give real solid tips on how you can grow your business, how you can be more profitable. And today, a lot of these are little insights into what we actually teach behind the scenes when people are paying us for the Profit Insider Academy. So this is something I'm kind of passionate about. What's the most valuable social media platform to grow your business? I can ask anyone that, and they all come up with different answers. And mostly it's with a question mark at the end. Like, I think maybe my Facebook business page. And I'm like, I don't think so. Right. So what do you think it is?
So I wish there were a magic bullet solution that we could say, be on this platform and you'll get new leads. For me, I think having a few profiles, Facebook personal, Facebook business, and Instagram are the three big ones. There's not one magic solution, but for me, all of that is showing the world that I am who I say I am. I do what I say I do. I'm in business. It just lets people know about me. I wish there was one that I could say was just like, bing, this is it. And I want it to be Instagram because I have the most fun on Instagram and I like it. And I think a lot of designers do as well.
Yeah.
But you and I both know there is actually one platform that if you are just starting out or you're struggling with this, there really is one you should focus on first. And it's not Instagram.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I go by percentages, right?
Mhm.
So I try the best I can to keep track of Meta, Facebook, Instagram, to say what percentage of what I'm posting is actually being pushed out and seen by my following,
Yeah.
right? So you can say, and I'll just give you numbers, right? If you have a 10,000 person following, if you're lucky enough to have a 10,000 person following, I think I'm 8,000 and something, and you say 1% of people see what I post, that would be 100 people that Instagram is pushing it out to. So you think you have a 10,000 person following, but if Instagram's
Mhm.
only pushing out to 1% of your following, 100 people will see it, right? So I try to go by percentages. Facebook personal profile, which is the answer, by the way, has the highest percentage that I have seen of when you post something, it gets pushed out to your friends list. Okay. So if you had, I'm going to switch my numbers, 5,000 followers on Instagram, 5,000 followers on your business Facebook page, and 5,000 friends on your Facebook personal profile, and you post all the exact same thing, most likely what you're going to see, which is what I've seen in the past, is that your personal profile got pushed out to more people saw it. So as a percentage of if your post is going to be seen, Facebook personal profile is a great place to post a little bit about what you do. But Facebook has some rules that you don't want to just promote your business. So when we teach how to use your personal profile, it's basically make it look like you do what you do for a living. So tell everyone how your personal Facebook page was modified.
Yeah, so I definitely was not using my Facebook personal profile to my advantage. And I think part of that hesitation comes from Facebook does have rules. You cannot use your personal page to sell, 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 sell. I also think we all know somebody who's in some sort of business where you're getting little messages like, buy my thing, buy my thing. And then
True.
there's a bit of a reputation with the Facebook personal pages of being not oversaturated with selling, but it's just we all know there's the friends that are posting things and sliding into your DMs with their salesy offers. But the things that I have done and the things that I have noticed is like, I mean, I've been doing design for 18 years. There are still people that I'm friends with who do not know what I do or don't understand what I can do for them. And I will post, maybe I'm outsourcing and I find a cool piece of art and, oh, I didn't know you were a designer. Seriously. So just posting and sharing what you love naturally is awareness. But things that I have done that you teach, Nancy, are making sure my nickname on Facebook, which is an option you have in your settings, says interior designer. So if anyone hovers over my name, maybe I comment in a group, I'm in someone else's feed, they
Yes.
hover over me and it says Leslie Myrick, interior designer. Oh, maybe I'll click through and explore what she's doing.
Right. Then they go down the rabbit hole exploring you. Then you've put all your information. Keep going on the left-hand side, what you've put there.
Yep. I make sure my little short bio is a professional one, I just say highlight like interior designer, business coach. It's a bit more than that. And I have my website link. I
Mhm.
have very clearly outlined that I'm an interior designer, link to my Facebook business page. I say I'm a business coach. I link to your page. I talk about where I went to school, where I grew up and where I live now, because they're in 2 different countries, so that people find me, connect with me. They can figure out who I am, what my story is, and how I relate to that. It's not just like I'm Leslie, but it's like, hey,
Yes.
I'm a designer. I'm from here. I lived here. My hero, I can't remember what they're called. Like the hero shot at the top on Facebook, your cover photo
Cover
is one of my
banner.
interiors, even on my personal
Exactly.
page, because I'm really proud of that work. I
Exactly.
love it. I'm happy to do
And
it.
people are seeing it who are
Yes.
lurking friends of friends of friends. When they see you post, sometimes it hits their feed. They start looking at you and they go, oh my God, she's an interior designer. Then
Mhm.
they may friend you.
Yes.
Now, well, do you friend them or do you say, I don't really know them? I'm not going to friend them. It's Facebook. It has to be real friends.
This is another struggle. I have felt this, and I know there's all these designers listening, Nancy, that are going, no, I'm not doing that.
I
And I will
know.
tell you all, I also resisted this because I was like, well, Facebook's just for personal, and I only want to know the people and be friends with like 500 people. And you can choose to use it that way, but you are missing a huge opportunity to connect with the people that already know you, that like you, that are in your world, that can be your ambassadors, that can share
Yeah.
about you, that can share your posts. And so I know too, especially like, as a mom, there's a hesitation to like, what's my personal? I don't want strangers seeing photos of my kids or knowing personal details. Completely understand. There
Yep.
are a lot of settings you can do that not all posts are public. You can put
Yes.
posts of your kids, of your dinner, whatever it might be, to just certain people. So this does take a little bit of setup on the front end, but please know that just because you have your personal Facebook profile set up to reach a broader audience, you can still have that intimate connection and keep things private that you
Yes.
don't want the whole world to see. Because I think that's
Yes.
what a lot of people's fear is with Facebook, is that it's out there and everyone sees it, and you don't want to give away too much personal information, which I understand.
Yeah, and I understand that too. And when my kids were younger, like you, I put a category of close friends and family, and I make sure I categorize my friends list, close friends and family. And then everyone else is everyone else. And
Yeah.
when I post to public, everyone on my friends list will be eligible to be pushed in, look at my notification if Facebook shows it to them or my
Mhm.
latest post. But if I do only friends and family, then they'll do just close friends and family. So, like you said, you can go into your friends list, you can be close friends and family and all others, and you can post safely about your
Yes.
kids and about your personal life. But don't forget, people who are hiring you also do want to know a little bit about your personal life. So, as long as it's not putting your kids at risk,
Mhm.
the back of them, this and that, be careful what you share location wise and things like that.
Yes.
But I remember, and this is a story I always tell, when I was art framing and accessory consultant, which is how I started in this business, I posted a gallery wall that I had done for one of the clients, right? Nobody, I guess, knew that I also did family photo gallery walls.
Yeah.
My sister, who lives in Georgia, saw it, said, I didn't know you do gallery walls.
Your own sister.
My own sister didn't, because she lived in Georgia. She doesn't know my
Yeah.
business model. So my Facebook personal profile actually showed one of my inner circle that I do this other thing. And she ended up passing me a client because she knew somebody from New York, even though she's in Georgia, who needed help. She's like, oh my God, we were just talking about this. So like you said, ambassadors for your services,
Yeah.
your friends and family, and even the next level, which is not really close friends and family, but they're acquaintances. And then even another level beyond that of people who just think you're interesting and want to follow you. And
Yes.
of course, if you get a friend request and you click on their profile and it looks like a fake profile, you just decline and you can
Correct.
block. So if you even say yes and they send you a creepy message, if you make that mistake that you didn't, analyze their profile properly, or you got fooled, which has happened to me, they're really good hackers out there. Then the minute you realize it, you can block.
Yes.
So it's just the percentage of people who see your personal profile posts
Mhm.
is higher than any other social media platform that I have seen.
Yes.
So it would be a shame for nobody to be taking advantage of this. And we have found, the minute we teach this, people who've never used their personal profile on Facebook to generate business before, never used it to say they're an interior designer, never used it to have their banner be an interior, never used it to say, oh my God, I just saw this amazing sofa. Can't wait to source that for one of my clients. And people go, wait a minute, what do you do? And they start looking, right? You're losing out on all this excellent online real estate that could show what you do. So
Yes. Yep.
if you do it from not doing it, usually people call me and go, oh my God, I got one or two clients right away. It evens out after a while, but it increases your visibility on a regular basis, showing what you do. So post about being at a showroom, post about a fabric you love, post about a color that's amazing, post about the latest and greatest trends. You're just not saying, hire me from your
Yes.
personal profile. You're just sharing your business life, and people find that interesting. Don't people love the behind the scenes?
I was just gonna say on Instagram, I did an unboxing. I just got a box of fabric samples sent from a vendor. Like, it was not fancy. It was just my iPhone, and I mean,
And
oh
you're
my
like
god.
flipping?
Yes, and people loved it because it's that, like, personal behind the scenes. They feel like they're being brought into your world. It's not just the curated, perfect Instagram feed, which has value and is important too as part of your interior design social media strategy, but
Yes.
it's letting people see the process, the behind the scenes, feel like they know you and your world. So there's a lot of value in that. And that made me think about Instagram too, is that the Facebook, it's funny because Facebook personal, you're sharing about your personal and then throwing in some business. Instagram, your typically feeds are very business. And this is a really important strategy is to make sure that you're using Instagram stories to share that personal piece.
Yes.
People, I want to say I can't remember who originally said this, so forgive me, but like people buy you first and your services second. They want to know you. So your feed needs to be curated. It needs to be gorgeous. It needs to wow people, but every designer's feed looks good.
Yeah.
So, how do you stand out? How do you connect with people? You go live on stories, you share photos of behind the scenes, you unbox samples, you talk about what you're sourcing. This morning I just shared some renderings in progress on my Instagram. They're not finished, they're just grayscale, but people love getting to know you and how you work and what you're all about. Sometimes I will share about my morning coffee, sometimes I share about business. It's a mix, and I think that's the key is that it cannot be just salesy. It cannot be just
Yes.
personal. There has to be a way where it's your whole person, your whole world being shared and people get to know you personally and professionally.
And that's when they come on your phone and go, I feel like I know you already because I've been watching your Instagram stories or your Facebook profiles, right? They go searching and they find you. So be present, put yourself out there. Use your Facebook personal profile as a starting point to share what you do. It's like a business card to anyone who's on your friends list. Why wouldn't you use it? So I've heard people go, well, I hate Facebook and I don't want to encourage it. I'm like, I get it. I understand, but they also own Instagram. So,
Yeah.
if you're on Instagram and not on Facebook, what do you think you're proving? But secondly, um, this is free marketing. And this is what we teach in the Profit Insider Academy. We don't ask people to pay for marketing. We teach organic, run like what do I want to say? Organic marketing, free marketing, the things that are already accessible to you, but
Mm,
you've never learned how to use them properly to gain more traffic to your website, to gain more traffic to your services.
yeah.
Um, I love how much marketing we teach because different things work for different people.
Yes, different, if there could be a luxury interior designer up here who's going to market differently than someone who's selling more virtual design services. Depends on where you live,
Yes.
what your business model is. But I love that you point out there are a lot of ways to market for free and it takes time. There's always that time money equation. You can pay a lot to market and save your time, but most people aren't there when they're starting, when they're joining Profit Insiders Academy. And there's so much you can do for free with a little bit of time. Sometimes you can even outsource that for a low cost to a VA or someone that can just help take some of that burden off, or something like Kim Vanderpool's
Get
Get
it
It
done
Done
club.
Club, which is an
Mhm.
amazing resource. But all those things are taught in Profit Insiders because if you don't know what you don't know. And suddenly you're like, wait, I can just spend a little bit of time sharing what I already am interested in on my Facebook personal and I can grow my business. Yes. Yes, you can. And
Yes,
most
you
people
can.
aren't doing it. And I think that's why it's so effective.
So you forwarded me from our business helpline, one of our clients who is in one of our groups and
Mhm.
not that far into our group either. She's
Mhm.
not that far in. Do you remember what she said?
Was it the one from this morning?
Mm-hmm.
She she talked about growing her business, 10xing her income. I mean, it was just huge. And she
10xing her income. She's one of our profit insiders in one of her
yeah.
other groups. From the tips we have taught her, both in marketing and purchasing smart,
Mhm.
and different things that we share, she 10xed her income. And I think I got to look to see how long she's in the program. Is her group? They're
I
not
can't
towards the
remember.
end.
No, I think she's in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, this is someone who's really, in my eyes, just started the program or only halfway through, and she's 10x her income.
Well,
So if you're struggling with your profitability, if you're struggling with your service models, your pricing, your marketing, your sales, your client communications, you're struggling with contractors, your process, just shit doesn't feel right is the bottom line.
yeah.
Something's not right in your business, truly, and you're an interior designer or a window treatment expert or kitchen and bath only. We even have cabinet people only. No matter where you are in the world, consider applying for the Profit Insider Academy. We, Leslie and I, are the coaches in there, and we are having incredible success with this program. It's a year-long program. It's got you covered in everything you could possibly need to know. And then, of course, it's you putting in the work to get it done over the year with our guidance. Okay, how do I do that? I rub my belly and tap my head at the same time. So we are in promotion mode right now in November 30th of 2023. Our next group starts in January 3rd, right? It's important for people to think now. December 1st is a couple of days away. What do
Mhm.
you want your life to be like in 2024? Do you want to finally make the money you've been trying to grind out? Or are you looking to have another year, maybe with less growth? That's okay too, if that's what you want. But if you're looking to skyrocket your business, your personal life, where should they go, Leslie?
To nancygansegoffert.com/profit-insiders-group. Or just Google Profit Insiders. You'll find it.
Or go to my website, nancygansgrover.com. At the top, there's a banner to apply to the Profit Insider Academy. I will tell you, I do not take everybody. Leslie knows that. If you are not a good fit for the program, I will not take you. What do I look for? Usually I say, are you a good designer? And they're like, yes. Like, I am good. I'm just struggling with the business side. And then often, sometimes they're a good designer, but they also need a little bit extra in the
Yeah.
design side, which is where you come in. And Amela is asking, do you work with people all over the world? Yes. As a matter of fact, we just had a graduate from Bahrain. He is killing it. Quit his full-time job and his full-time. So we're talking Saudi Arabia. I have clients in the UK. I've had clients in New Zealand. I've had clients all over. I really should make a
Yeah.
list, right?
That would be fun, like a Nancy map of where our designers have come from.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
do you have also information about the situation here in Switzerland and how and what do you do to grow? So basically, believe it or not, business is business, no matter where you live in the world. So I'm able to adjust the advice I give with asking only a few questions to the interior designer who's in the program if they're in another country, because obviously we're changing the value of the recommendations I make for how much they're charging.
Mhm.
We talk about what the actual situation is in your country about with interior design. I poke around, I find out more, and I have never not had, I've always had success with people from other countries. It's a feeling they have like it's so different, but it's actually not. It's not that different. Business is business no matter where you are in the world, and the business principles of marketing, sales, procedures, process, customer interaction is not that different. Where it's different is how do you buy your product, right? So I dig into that with my coaching clients if they live in another country, and we figure out how they can also get to a 40 to 60% profitability, even if there are limitations in their country, because there's lots of ways interior designers can make money, and that's how we teach it individually based on your situation.
Yeah.
So did I miss anything there?
No, I think that's good. It's fascinating to know because yes, I think we all think, well, it's different where I am. And of course, there's laws are different, taxes are different, your finances are different, but what you said, the principles are there. And that's what I think is really important.
Yes, and we do
Profit
coach.
Insiders Academy is so foundational in getting your business set up for success, no matter where you are in the world.
Yeah, and pivoting it to
Yeah.
success if you haven't had it so far. Like, what could you have done to set your business up in the beginning better? Now we're going to kind of, I know it sounds scary, but we kind of tear it down and put it back together in a way that's going to work for you, not a cookie cutter program where everyone does the same thing. We actually are able to, with this small group coaching, individualize our advice to everybody through our daily business helpline where they can ask us questions. I wish I had a coach, just to toot our own horn for a second. Seriously. I wish I had a coach years ago that I could have pressed a button and asked a question and got an answer. Like, to me, and I wish I had a therapist too that could do that. and wait, a doctor too, right? Wouldn't you just love to press a
Oh
button
my
and
gosh.
ask a question to make your day better? Like, it's, to me, that's really what makes this program different from everybody else's. So anyway, use your social media appropriately to grow your business. Use your free resources. Use your Facebook personal profile as well as your business profile, Instagram, and some other profiles you may have, but do them well. Learn how to do them right, and then learn how to the nuances of doing it where you're being noticed and actually getting business. Those are some of the things we teach in the Profit Insider Academy. And I think that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I had one final thought I want to add that the designer that used the business helpline to message me that good news this morning, one comment she made about social media and all of this was, I'm just doing the things I was already doing, but doing them better and smarter.
Yes.
She was already doing social. You're already on social media. This is not a complete 180.
True.
Improving your social media strategy, your marketing, it's just those little like 1% improvements on something you're already doing that have a huge exponential result. So don't overlook this. It sounds simple, but it's just those little tweaks that are going to continue to make your business better and better and better.
Yeah, little baby steps make huge leaps and bounds over a year's time, right? So, all right, everyone, go have a great Thursday. And Leslie and I will see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.